This is CASSIUS for IFLTV. We are in Ipswich ahead of Fabio Wardley and Justice HUNI, live on the Zone this Saturday night. Delighted to be joined by, I just call you Magic.
Yeah, it's Magic.
Is that all right, Michael?
Yeah,
is that?
fine. Well, it's, Magic or Michael, whichever you prefer.
So can I just surmise your night last night? So you're thinking in your head, right, I'm going to sit on that press conference table. When Eddie Hearn's there, I'm going to say this and say that, and then today he's not here.
Yeah, again, like I said, I think it speaks volumes of him not getting behind his fighter. He felt the need not to be here. He's probably busy doing something else. So, he sent his man Frank. I like Frank. They're both great guys and they've done amazing things for boxing. So, yeah, we're here.
Can you give us a little bit of context why there was such a verbal assault from yourself on Hearn at that press conference 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I don't believe it was a verbal assault. Essentially, we all work hard, Everybody on that top table works hard. But in life, sometimes when you have more opportunities than others that work hard, the working hard doesn't come into play, And I think it's the same sort of thing with Fabio. Fabio's never been given a silver spoon. He's had to work hard for all of his moments. And I think on Saturday night, we will see what happens when you have to struggle, when you have to suffer, when you have to fight for nail and tooth for everything. There's been nothing given. He's had to earn it. And I think in those dying moments, we will see why Fabio comes through. And that was basically my point. Give me the opportunities that some of these guys have and see what I do and see how I contribute to boxing.
Is there an argument, though, that expression of you play the hand that you're dealt in life? So whatever that is your cards or whatever?
Yeah, of course. Yes, no one's saying that he's done anything negative, but it is what it is. I'm a fan. And how can you not be a fan? Do you know what he's done for the sport? He's been amazing for the sport. I will never take away any of his accomplishments. But the facts are the facts. I come from nothing. He was talking about, when I was flipping 6 years old, I was battling through my dad being murdered. My life has been hell since I was a kid. So for me to come from where I've come from, and one day I'll hopefully tell my story, to just be sitting up there, it is an accomplishment. And even if I do nothing else, just to be sitting around these guys that are number one and number two promoter in the world, why would I have nothing negative to say against them. But I know what I've had to work for, and I know what the suffering that I've had to endure to be able to sit up there. You think it's easy to get in a position where you can sit there. Nothing's by accident. I've had to suffer and work hard. And like I said, I went to uni at age of 28. I got a master's degree. I got 2 master's degrees, in fact. One to be an osteopath and the other for strength and conditioning, just so that I can be around this sport and help the fighters be the best that they can. So I've worked hard to be where I'm at, and I'm proud of my accomplishments, and I'm not going to back down from anybody, basically.
All right, I hear that. Michael, let me come on to DILLIAN White, who's not on the card, and spoke to Frank Warren earlier, and he's said that obviously there's something quite big in the offing. I did speak to DILLIAN White yesterday, so I'm not going to start chucking things at you, because obviously I'll have to tell you what I already know and you know. So, but he's not on the card, but there is something very big potentially happening in the near future. Yeah,
I think you covered it. Something very big looming, and we're hoping to get it completed. We're excited. We're excited for him. It's going to be, an exciting new chapter for DILLIAN White, and he's in shape. You saw him yesterday. He's in good shape right now. So yeah, it's exciting times.
Was it a case of not really finding the right opponent for now with a fight looming, or was it a case of don't really want to risk anything if there's a big fight looming? Which one?
You know, I think there's an element of, there's a mixture. Some guys outpricing themselves as well, asking for crazy, money that is not there. It's like guys are trying to retire off of having a 10-round fight with DILLIAN White. So obviously it had to make business sense. It had to be smart, and I think we're now in a position where it has to be right for DILLIAN White. We're in the DILLIAN White business, and unfortunately this time it turned out that it wasn't great for DILLIAN, but like I said, we've got great things coming for him, and it's exciting times.
Okay, just finally, you're double confident that this week Fabio Wardley doesn't kind of, if you want to call this a potential banana skin, you probably could. But you're confident that's not going to be the case, there'll be no slip-ups? Yeah,
no, I don't believe there'll be any slip-ups. I think that he's a credible opponent. He's genuinely a 50-50 fight. If you was listening to the press conference, there was mention of only having 3.5 weeks of training. So I don't know if they're as confident as what they say they are. But we are 100% confident in Fabio Wardley's ability. So I think it's going to be a good fight, and I think it's going to be a knockout. I think it's going to be challenges at times, but Fabio is going to show why he's in this position. And just to round off, we've also got Mike Perez on against Ward. He's somebody that if he gets through Mike wants all of the cruiserweight champions and all of the big names. So it's an exciting time for him as well.
Michael, much appreciate your time, and we'll look forward to a great night here in Ipswich. Let's just hope the weather holds out.
Thank you very much. And listen, I appreciate you, and thanks for giving me an interview, and continue pushing the sport in the way that you do as a fan. Appreciate all your hard work, so keep it up.
Thank you very much.